You're listening to the Culips English podcast. To download the study guide for this episode, which includes the transcript, detailed vocabulary explanations, real-world examples, and a quiz, visit our website, culips.com. Culips.com. Hey everybody, my name is Andrew.
And my name is Morag.
And you're listening to Culips. Hi guys, welcome back to Culips. Today we have a brand new edition of our Simplified speech series for you. And if you're not familiar with simplified speech, it's where we talk in completely natural, unscripted English, but we talk just a little bit slower than we do in our everyday lives. And we have, an interesting conversation and let you listen in. Today I am joined by Morag. Morag, how's it going?
Pretty darn good, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Morag. I have a delicious topic for us today. It is rice. We are going to talk about rice in the Simplified Speech episode. And I think this is a topic that probably everyone can relate to. It really joins the world together, rice, right? It's enjoyed by so many people worldwide. But just before we get into it and talk about rice, I want to let all of our listeners know that there is a study guide available for this episode on our website, culips.com. So if you want to study along with the study guide, and we highly recommend that you do, just head on over to culips.com, give it a download, and you can do that. Rice, Morag.
Yeah.
This is a huge topic and ironically kind of a very narrow, small topic at the same time. So I'm really curious to see where this conversation will go. Perhaps we can start by talking about our rice eating habits. Maybe some of our listeners think that North Americans don't eat rice very often. From your observations, is this true or false?
I would say that it's quite false. I think that a lot of North Americans eat rice on a very regular basis. But what kind of rice? Question mark. Also, I still think that most Caucasian North Americans would eat bread more often. But there also are lots of other communities in North America that eat rice as their main staple.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is my experience living in Korea. Koreans assume that I eat bread and sandwiches almost every day. But in reality, I don't eat bread too often. Of course, I love bread. It's very delicious, but I don't eat it too often. I do find myself eating rice, though. Like almost every day, I eat rice. Are you a frequent rice eater?
I think I eat rice pretty much every day.
Wow, okay.
Never say never, but I almost never eat white rice.
This is what I want to get into. This is the type of content I like to hear. So there are so many different kinds of rice worldwide, right? And each region of the world has kind of different style. Like Korea, where I live now, there's Korean rice that's very different than rice that you would find in Japan or China or Thailand or India. And there's varieties of white rice and wild rice, black rice. So you said you stay away from white rice. What kind of rice do you usually eat?
I would say that my favorite type of rice is short grain brown rice.
Short grain brown rice.
It has a lovely nutty flavor to it. It is really high in vitamin B12, I believe.
Okay.
It's delicious. The funny thing is, though, I grew up eating it. So it was the staple that my hippie parents fed me. And I did not enjoy it as a kid, but now I find myself returning to it. And it makes a meal feel more like a meal.
Yeah, it's a great carbohydrate. And because of that, it's very filling, right? So that's one of the advantages of rice. You can eat a little, but feel like you ate a lot. And that's interesting that you eat brown rice because I just finished going through a massive bag of brown rice. I got it on sale.
Yeah.
I think it was like 15 kilograms, like a big
bag. A big bag.
Yeah, it took a long time for me to eat, and I just finished it. But by the end of the bag, I was getting a little bit sick of brown rice because I find that maybe it's just the way that I make it. Maybe I'm not skilled at cooking rice, but it was too dry for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's the type or the water. It's also different. Was it short grain or long grain?
It was short grain, so exactly the same type of rice as you eat. But I have a very cheap rice cooker, and it might be just my rice cooker. There are no special functions on the rice cooker. There's only on, off.
See, I cook all of my rice on the stove in a pot.
Wow. I think that will blow a lot of our listeners' minds.
Yeah. I will make a bunch of rice in the beginning of the week, and I will have it fresh for one day, and then there will be some for fried rice the next couple days, and then make it again. But it takes about an hour for me to make brown rice.
Yeah, that's one of the disadvantages is brown rice takes forever to cook.
But it's so much more nutritious.
So what I've been doing recently after I finished the brown rice is I bought a smaller bag of, I guess you would call it just black rice. That's kind of
wild rice, yeah.
Black rice. And what you have to do when preparing black rice is you soak it. So I soak it in water for about 30 minutes, and I guess this softens it up or something. And then I mix it with white rice. And I cook that in my rice cooker, and it comes out just perfect. The texture and consistency is perfect. The taste is delicious, and it has this really cool purple color.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was reading about this black rice online. It's kind of Korean-style black rice. So I'm not sure if it's different than other countries' black rice, but apparently this purple color, it's a nutrient or an antioxidant or some kind of mineral or something, but it's the same as blueberries. So that's why they both have this purple color. So the nutritional value is supposed to be quite high. So I think I'm offsetting the white rice with the healthy black rice, and the mixture of the two makes for a neutral food, I hope at least.
Oh man, so I texted my boyfriend to ask him about rice because I knew that this was going to be important. So my boyfriend is from Newfoundland.
Okay.
Which is a province in Canada that is as far east as you can go. It is generally very rural and generally very Irish.
I've never been to Newfoundland personally, but it almost feels like it could be an island off the coast of the UK somewhere, and it would be closer culturally to that region of the world than it is to Canada.
Well,
almost.
I'm going for the first time this Christmas, so I'll let you know.
Okay.
But anyway, I asked him if he ate rice as a child because I had a suspicion. And he said that he did not eat it at all. He never had it, except for his dad sometimes purchased cans of pre-seasoned brown rice. But those, he only can remember seeing those when he was a teenager. So as a child, he never even saw rice.
Wow, canned rice. I didn't even know there was a thing as canned rice.
This is why I asked him, though, because they always, it's always something.
Interesting. Canned rice. Okay. I remember as a kid, sometimes my mom would prepare packaged rice.
Uncle Ben's, the bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom would make wild rice.
Oh, okay.
From Uncle Ben's. This is the brand name, Uncle Ben's. I think the rice had already been kind of processed or something so that it wouldn't take like 2 hours to boil or to prepare. You could make it in 15 minutes. I think this was the advantage of the packaged rice, which of course, you know, these days I try to stay away from that kind of food, but canned rice, that strikes me as very strange.
It's all very strange.
It is lunchtime here in Korea, and all of this talk about rice has got me very, very hungry. So I think we should leave it at this for today. But yeah, it was interesting to dive into this topic a little bit, and I'm positive that our listeners will have lots to say about this topic. So everyone, if you have some comments or questions or feedback for us, please send us an email. Our address is contact@culips.com. Please let us know about what kind of rice you eat and how often you eat it. What style is your favorite? I would love to read about this, so send us a message. I would like to remind you about our website, culips.com. You can get the study guide on culips.com. You can become a Culips member on culips.com, and you can also listen to our past episodes there. So check it out. And finally, one more announcement. Please follow us on social media if you don't already. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, you name it, we're there. Just search for Culips English Podcast and you can find us. All right, Morag, I'm going to go eat now. So goodbye, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.